Here's a little job that should be whipped over not already having done. But this is my garlic that I'm gonna kind of manicure. And of course I've got about 5 or 6 bags of this garlic right here that's in the house. This is all volunteer, by the way, all volunteer garlic. And what I'm going to do is put this garlic in the bag here. But the first thing we got to do is look and see what's in the bag. This is sickening. This garlic is all garlic that should, it's dry as a bone. I don't know if there's anything you can do with it or not. It's dehydrated. Dehydrated garlic. Lord have mercy. That's why I've told you over the years about garlic, the amount that I growed. And just wind up tossing it. I know there's probably something I could do with this. It's a whole bag, and there's 4 more in there. But this is the little garlic. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to toss it. I'm going to go over here and pour it out. And to use this bag. Let me go get that done right now. I'll go over here and toss her out. Let's toss it in the fire pit. Hundreds of cloves of garlic gone. That's the way she rolls. Now, this garlic, just like I said, is the garlic that I harvested this year earlier. And I've had it over here drying out. And what I'm going to do is wring these roots off. And I'm thinking about, I may pull some of the outer paper off. Get some of the dirt off. I don't want to take much of that off. What I was going to do is take it apart. And now right here's an example of when you're spinning in the mud. Have you ever heard that phrase? Well, I ain't getting undone. I'm just sitting here spinning in the mud. That's what happens. Big head of garlic, almost big as a baseball. That's one single clove. So you planted a clove and you grow the clove. Except this is all volunteer. But if you plant that back, you're right. I mean, this one I can get 1, 2, at least 4 plants. That one I'll get 1. Here's one, it's 4 more. I hope that there ain't many like that. You can just brush that off. You don't have to take that stuff off, but I didn't wash these or nothing because I'm using this elephant garlic. If you remember last year, my garlic didn't do worth a nickel. And this year, this growed this year, it's done fire. And it's all volunteer. So I'm trying to be careful with this, and this is all the garlic I've got to plant back. And that's all I want to do, I can tell you. This is elephant garlic. I've tried the other garlic, I don't like it. I mean, I like it, but I utilize this more, the elephant garlic. And that's what I'll use from now on. I give it a shot. I tried the rest of it. It's good, but for what I use garlic for, I like the elephant garlic. I planted too much, get the big eye. You know, it's just like you've got them when I get out there planting. I thought, well, it's either this is going to go to waste or I need to plant it. So I'll wind up planting it, and then I'll have way too much garlic, and no one seems to really care. I'm going to take this one apart. It's a little peppy right in the root. I'm going to take it apart and see if we've got much damage here. Oh, the cloves, it's fine. Big cloves, that's a little petty right there, but I think it'll be all right. I believe mosquitoes is after me here. This really, I should have had this in the house, but it's dry. Yeah, there you go. Don't want to take all the wrappers off. I'm just checking on this. There's a little side one. Well, that's split several ways. Anyway, I don't want to, just like I say, I don't want to break that down. The further you get it broke down, you start getting into letting too much moisture out, I think. Got a lot of them little corns. I don't want none of them. I'm not going to spend too much time trying to clean these. Just wiping most of the dirt off. Main thing I want off is them roots. Get them roots tore off of there. And give me kind of an idea of how many heads that I'll have to go back. There's not a bit of use in growing more garlic than you use, because unless you dehydrate it or do something else with it, you can make black garlic, but even at that rate, you can just eat so much of it. And I eat my part of it, I'll tell you. And here's another solid one. Looks like a baseball. That's solid. And this one's solid. I mean, one, look how big them is. Just one clove. I think most of this is elephant garlic. That's what we're gonna say. It's all elephant garlic. You can tell by those little bubblets on there. I know, the bills. Bubblets. But last year I didn't have a lot of big garlic. Usually I have. There's something happened. I don't know what it is. It could have just been the weather. But there's another single. See, I can tell that's elephant garlic, even though it's not very big. It's got those little sets on it. And that's good. It's an identifier. All that garlic. And that's another reason that I'm not too discouraged about not having any of the music garlic and I never can remember that name of that other stuff. I'll remember it at midnight tonight. There's another solid one. I liked all the garlic. I liked the other music garlic and all. I liked it all. Little warm. The thing of it is it just dries so quick. It'll dry out quick. There's one that's got a bad spot right there. Well, let's leave that in it. Won't mess with it because it's dry. Yeah, that other garlic's little. It's a little garlic. I'll give you an example here in a minute of what I'm talking about. I'm about done. Yeah, several of the garlic is that one's gone. That one's rotted. It's the only one I've come across out of all of them is one. Just one. Here's another solid one. So if you take the music garlic, and I know some music garlic gets pretty big. Another solid one. And there's one that I cut the side out of when I was trying to dig it out, no doubt. Okay, so what I started to say is if you took this right here, and that was music garlic, this one, and this is elephant garlic, which one of them do you think will dry out and dehydrate the first? This one. I just poured a whole bag of them out, hundreds of cloves out over there a while ago. That was last year's. And they were bone dry. No viability left. A lot of people think, well, you can went through and selected them out and put them in a grinder and made garlic powder. I could have, and I can also go down here at town and buy a thing of garlic powder for $9.95 or something. There's a lot of things people can do that it's not feasible. Especially if you've got lots of other things to do. So that, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 heads right here. 9 that is single. So out of those 9 heads of garlic, when I plant them, I'll get 9 plants next year, which would divide if you plant them at the proper time. These are all ready to be put in the house till planting time, which hopefully will be around the 1st of October, is when I like to plant my garlic. It seems to do best then here. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 16, 18, 21, 24, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 35, 37, 38, 38, 47 heads of garlic. And that will give me all the garlic that we will consume here next year, if everything goes well. Garlic is good. I like making black garlic with it. I've got videos on making black garlic and the machine that I use to make it with. And you can make it in that, they call it fermenters. I don't think there's no fermentation that takes place, but they might be. I don't know. I don't know the science behind it, but I know that it makes garlic, and you can make it in 9 days. I sat right here at this very table and showed you that. You can go back and look at the previous videos on making black garlic. Making black garlic in 9 days. I don't remember the exact title of it. But it's very interesting. And it's amazing too that you can take garlic, and if anybody's not ate raw garlic versus black garlic, you need to get you a clove of black garlic and a clove of fresh raw garlic, and give it a try. And then you tell me which one you like the best. That's what kills me right now. I'm saving this for seed, and I could load my garlic fermenter that makes black garlic with that, and it'd probably hold a lot of that. I'd say I've got 2 of them, 2 of the machines. I bought both of them too, by the way. They wouldn't give to me, I bought them. It's like 99% of everything else, or 99.95% of everything I've showed you I've bought. There's a few little things people send wanting you to do videos on. I don't mind doing it, you know, if I like the product that they're pushing. Hummingbird feeders and bird boxes with cameras in them, stuff like that's interesting. Garden planters, raised bed thing. Somebody sent me one of them. I put it together, made a video on it. I hope it helped them. Don't mind doing it a bit, just like I say, if I like the products that I'm making a video about for someone. But I've made a lot of videos about items that I bought, and I paid top price for them. They wouldn't give to me. Log ox was one. I mean, that's one I made a video on, and it was well worth it. I've still got it. I ain't cut firewood in a year or two. And I got lazy. I take spells like that. I'm like a lot of other people. After you work at it and breathe that smoke all winter, and you think, I'm going to take a break this year, and I ain't going to, but I miss it. The instant that I turn that thermostat up on the inside of the house, and of course you're paying for it. It's convenient, you're paying for it, and of course a lot of people know exactly what I'm talking about. You're paying dearly now for it. Seems like everything's went up 25 to 80%. Some of it 300%. And I'm afraid that it might not be getting no better for a while. It could get worse. But anyway, it'll be what it is. Everything will work out just fine, I think. So anyway, that's the garlic. That's the garlic seed. That's what I'm going to use for seed this year, for next year. And that'll give me all the garlic that we need around here. If it does well. If it does well. I've got a chore in that garden trying to get it back under control. I guess Jack Frost will have to take care of it again this year. I'm going to have to run a mower through it and mow some of that stuff down. Here me give you some advice. I've got another garden started right down here. I've got an area where I'm going to start it. Let's put it that way. I don't know how many dump truck loads, chipper loads, big trucks of wood chips they brung in there. I've got a bunch, and I've got probably enough to last from now on. But just right in front of the house, in the field, I've got big piles of that, and I'm going to level it down, and I'm going to make me another secondary garden there, and then I'll try to get this one back under control again. But what I started to say, don't ever make a mistake. Of course, people that's garden knows exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, I don't mean one plant or two or little. You can control it. You plant a row of watermelons and a row of cantaloupes, and then of course your cucumbers and sweet potatoes, vining stuff that vines in your garden. Then weeds come out, and you look over here, and there'll be a watermelon laying, and one over here, and cantaloupes laying here, and everything, you know, looking good. And you'll see a big weed coming out over there, and say, I need to get that weed out. Well, I just leave that weed alone, because if I try to get that weed out, I'm stepping on these vines, and I'll do more damage to my watermelon vines than if I just left it alone. But then after a while, you're doing more damage to your watermelons and cantaloupes by letting too much greenery grow around it and start shading it out. Anyway, the moral of the story is this. vining garden down there and regular garden up here. Because I've noticed when I plant vining stuff, vining squash, you can plant spaghetti squash or butternut squash, stuff that vines, pumpkins, whatever. You plant them, they'll just crawl all over your garden, and then you get in there and start trying to weed. You just can't, you might get in there and pull a little, I'm talking about a garden, I'm not talking about a little flower bed. Little bitty 8 by 8 or something. You take them plants and they start growing, you got to battle it. Well, you'll lose when you do that. Unless you just decide, well, I'm just going to pull all these vining stuff out of here. I've got sweet potatoes on the other side. It's not going to amount to nothing. Cantaloupes over there. I had watermelons over there too on the left side of the garden. On the right side, watermelons, cantaloupe. And then cucumbers, and it's a hairy mess. And of course, I can't blame nobody but myself. But it made it so hard, and it's so hot and rainy and wet that it just gets away from you. And then you start weighing things out. You start weighing it out. Should I get out there in 104 heat index and start pulling weeds and risk having a heat stroke? Or should I just let nature take its place? You got to weigh it out. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? I mean, do I really want those watermelons that bad? I can go buy a watermelon like everybody else. But man, those vine-wrapped melons, vine-wrapped tomatoes, fresh onions, potatoes. I still got potatoes out there I've got to get out of there too. If they're still there. I dug one little hill, I think yesterday. And they was fine. They're down there waiting on me. But gets out of hand. And the older you get, the easier it is for stuff to get out of hand. You just got so many trips around the sun. You get older, you get tired, then you start looking at things from a different attitude, longitude, or latitude maybe. Anyway, it is what it is. I've been working on figs and stuff too, but trying to get them rejuvenated. I'll tell you the story right quick. I know I'm jump tracks here and I'm off the garlic on the figs now, but I had started and I'd ordered figs, and I think I ordered two, I'm positive I ordered brown turkey figs, and I ordered Chicago Hardy figs initially, and I had them planted right over here, and the Chicago Hardy fig was the one that I preferred here because I liked them both, and they both would survive the same, except the brown turkey fig ripened later. It seemed like it was slower about producing, and it was. It didn't seem like it, it was. So when the frost would come, you know, in the fall, the first frost, and of course once it hits them, it's going to wipe them out, you know, the leaves and everything. The brown turkey would be hanging full of figs, green, but not ripe. So it's all in vain, really. And the Chicago Hardys would produce and ripen, and you could eat lots of figs. So the first year I pruned them, I pruned the figs and took the limbs, and I didn't know what I was doing then. Still don't know half what I'm doing when it comes to that, but I know a lot more now than I did, put it that way. I'd take those long limbs out here in the garden. I made me a row all the way across the garden. I'd take them long limbs that I pruned off, and I'd just dig me a trench, and I'd lay the whole limb in there and just cover it. Once I covered those long branches of figs that I pruned off, I figured it every node had the opportunity to shooting up fig trees, and it did, but not near as many as you thought, or as I was expecting. I probably would have been better to cut them in 8 or 10 inch sections and then planted them. But anyway, they came up. So now I've got brown turkey figs and Chicago hardies back in the garden. And then something hit this tree, and I don't know what it was. I don't know whether it was nematodes, or I think it was probably me more than anything. Because I didn't have that problem till I come in and remulched them. And I think what I done was covered the crown of the fig too deep with mulch. And that started root rot. Because they'd be perfect, even have figs on the limbs. And today, and you get up in the morning, come out here and one limb would just be wilty. Well, it'd die. Just wiped the whole things out. Done it there, and I remember mulching both of them. Well, I lost them. And that was my Chicago hardy figs. And then I've got one planted I'm looking at right here by this chestnut tree. So I took cuttings off of it and started. And I ain't eat 2 figs since then. So this year I ordered me a Chicago hardy fig from Burpee to make sure that I was dealing, because it's about the 3rd or 4th year I've been trying to get my figs reestablished. And again, they would grow, but the winter'd kill them back every winter. They'd grow and put figs on them, but they'd never ripen, run out of time. By the time they growed the tops back. So that made me think, well, I've got I've got brown turkeys here, but I don't know what they are. So I ordered that one from Burpee, the Chicago hardy, and I've got it over here in a pot. And then I've got 3 or 4 more pots down through there of the ones I've took cuttings here from. And what I'm going to try to do this year, if I can, if it's possible, to try to overwinter them somewhere where the tops won't die, and give it one shot next year. But I took a few cuttings off of the little fig that I already took cuttings on it, and trying to get some started, because I know them are Chicago hardies. Anyway, trying to get the figs reestablished. Here's the deal: a Chicago hardy will die down to the ground and shoot limbs back up and put fruit on the limbs and ripen in this area. Brown turkeys just run out of time, from my experience. I'll take the Chicago hardy any day. But I'm trying to reestablish the Chicago hardy. And the reason I'm talking about this is because the cuttings I've took, I'm not 100% sure what they are. I probably will know once they ripen. But we'll just have to wait and see. But anyway, go back and check those videos out on the garlic, and especially on the Egyptian walking onions. And you can go back and look and see, because I'm not going to have no more garlic videos this year until I get ready to plant them, and I might show you, but Lord have mercy, I've showed you 40 times, it seems like. But anyway, there's always new people watching, and they like to see it too. That's why I keep over and over and over. It's a good thing to try to grow you some food. Anything, a cucumber plant, a tomato plant, onions, potatoes, sweet potatoes, watermelons, it's all, put it in the sun, plenty of sunshine, and it ain't that big a deal. Weeds is another problem. Anyway, I'll catch you on the next video. I'll make you one here in a day or two. I've been lazy for the last couple weeks, but I'll try to solve that problem. Waiting on cooler weather, man. Then we'll get out here in the woods and see what kind of stuff we can get into in the mountains. Well, I'm looking forward to making some more maple syrup. Now, I enjoyed that. Go back and check them videos out. All right, I'll get off of here. I'll tell you another thing before I go. I'll sit here and right by these trees, and usually the mosquitoes in here in the shade will eat you up. And this little thermocell puts them to going. It sure does. And to turn it off, you just flick that. Make sure the light goes out and you're done. All right, let's get my garlic, get my stuff, get in the house, and I'll catch you on the next video.